Hey guys, what is up? KingRazzel here, and welcome to a new kind of mini-series that I'm going to be doing on my channel for Black Ops 2. Now, I'm personally a pretty big fan of zombies. I don't know how much you guys are. I don't know how big zombies is. I think it's pretty big, considering Black Ops 3's, like, their whole... like their collector's edition is kind of based on zombies. But I'm doing kind of a... it's sort of a road to Black Ops 3, I guess, but not really. I'm just trying to get to round 50 on every single zombies map and see if I can do it. And I'm kind of just putting these online so I can kind of chronicle if I can do it. But just see me right here. I'm running here on Tranzit, but I do plan on doing every zombies map. That includes Nuketown, Die Rise, Mob of the Dead, Buried, and Origins. Those are all the maps I'm going to do. I'm not going to do like the breakups of Transit. I don't really think I could do it on Bus Depot because there's no Pack-a-Punch and there is no perks. I don't know if I could do it on Farm. I maybe could. It would take a long time though because there is no Pack-a-Punch. There are perks though, so I may be able to do that. I just really don't want to take that much time because, you know, no perks, or no Pack-a-Punch I mean, so your weapons are really weak. But, and then Town, I could probably do it. I got to 41 on Town without trying to do this really, so I could probably do it on Town, but I just don't like all the fire in Town. But anyways, guys, that's my plans right now. And you'll see me right here. I am at Farm, running in Transit. And that's pretty much my setup right here is what I like to use. I like to use the DSR, and I like to use the ray gun. Typically, I like to use the ray gun Mark II, but I could not get it out of the box in this one. I usually just go with whichever ray gun. I think the Mark II is actually stronger, but you'll see me right here using the DSR. I use the DSR a lot because it is a very, very powerful weapon, and at this point in the game, there's really no weapons are really very much help to you. So you kind of have to focus more on running, I guess. I don't know what you're supposed to do, but this is what I do. I use kind of traditional methods, I guess. There's no traps in Transit, really, that I can think of. There's more, the buildables may be considered as traps. You could use the Gatling gun one that you can build at Farm. You could probably use that to kill a few zombies, but I think that one shoots you if you're like in the middle of or if you're in the path of the zombies, and it'll shoot you. I think that, plus you need an energy source, so you'd have to get that, and then you'd have to get the generator fan thing that they have in the beginning at Transit. So you'd have to get both of those, and that's just not very viable. And that's kind of a big problem that I found with zombies. There's not really very many traps anymore, so it's kind of difficult to get to higher rounds because, you know, you just don't have the capacity to kill them. In this map, you could use the jet gun, and you don't see me use it. I don't really like the jet gun. It runs out of, like, stamina too fast, and I just don't... it just takes too much time, so I really don't use it very often. But anyways, my setup here is the DSR, like I said, the ray gun, and the Lamentation. I use the Lamentation for earlier rounds, and that's kind of... and then I save the DSR. I ran out of ammo at round 44, and then I ran out of ammo at round 48, so I had to completely go hit the box and just keep trying to get... and that's another big problem with Transit, is there's a lot of running around. So what I typically like to do in the beginning of the game is I'll go to my bank, which is in town, and you can either ride the bus or you can use the teleporters with the denizens if you want to do that. But I'll ride the bus to town, then I'll open up the bank, and then I'll run down to, and I'll search for the, usually I ride the bus, I think. I don't know. I don't know what I do exactly, but typically I'll ride the bus or take the denizens, and I'll find the hatch that can go in the diner. And my whole goal is to get Galvanuckles so that I can run between point A and point B without the denizens giving me too much trouble, because if you don't know, the denizens with the regular knife, they are, I believe, 5 hits. I don't know what the Bowie knife is exactly. You can get the Bowie knife in the cabin, but I don't know what that is exactly. I really don't use the Bowie knife too much. I'd say probably 3, maybe 4, I don't know. But anyways, usually what I do is get the Galvanuckles first, because the Galvanuckles are a 1-hit kill on zombies until round 13, and they are a 2-hit kill on denizens. So whenever you run in, instead of having to knife the denizens 5 times when they're on your head, you only have to punch them twice, and that just knocks them out. But typically what I like to do is I like to get all my 4 perks you see down there. I haven't got any downs, and that's kind of what I enjoy. Oh, here's the bus. The bus can mess you up here, but if you can get acclimated to it, it's really not that big of an issue, because it does move along relatively quickly if you can do it. What I typically like to do is run the zombies around, get up on top of the bus, and then just jump on top of the bus driver, pretty much. And it does actually speed it up. You may not think that it would, but it does. And usually I have to do it around twice, run these guys around here. Now, you'll see those posts. Those posts are telling you that the denizens, if you go past that point, the denizens are going to jump on your head. So you really don't want to do that. If you're in some kind of trouble, you can do that, but it's really up to you if you need to do that or not. You could also put the grate on the front of the bus. I didn't do it because every time I do, I seem to get screwed by the zombies. The zombies will, like, instead of jumping up or, like, running around the bus, they seem to, like, clog in front of the bus. I don't know. That was just happening to me a few times, so I decided not to put the grate on the bus and see how it went, and it went pretty well this time. But my previous best on this map was 49, which isn't that bad. I mean, it's very good for me, but I don't know how good you guys are. But my previous best was 49, and that was my highest on any zombies map, and I was pretty proud of that. And I got a story about that. Now, whenever you're at this particular level, I think I said earlier, your weapons are basically useless. All right, so you have to be really careful, even if there's only one zombie. And I had one zombie left. The box was at farm, and I ran up. If you guys know, the box is on the balcony up here at farm. So if you run on the balcony and you hit the box, there's kind of a little trap area, and you can kind of get stuck in between a corner really easily. I had one zombie left, and it was a runner. I don't usually typically make crawlers because I don't like to. I'm not sure when they're gonna die, and if you run away from a crawler, like, say you took the bus while a crawler was still at farm, the crawler would die, and then it would restart the round, or it would start the next round. So I typically don't like to leave crawlers, so I had a runner still running after me. The runner trapped me in a corner on round 49. It was the last one left, and I had no weapons because I was hitting the box trying to get my ammo back. And that was just the most infuriating thing ever. I quit zombies for a while after that. And that's probably why I quit for the longest time. I don't remember if that was before all the maps came out or if it was after that, but that kind of screwed up zombies for me for a while. And that's kind of just a cautionary tale for you guys if you guys want to make sure you don't get downed with only one zombie left. That happens to me so much. That happened to me on Nuketown. I've done this on Transit, and I've done it on Nuketown. I wanted to do it on Nuketown because I think Nuketown is going to be the hardest one. So I was doing it on Nuketown that way. That way I could know that I was going to be able to do this, but I only made it to 50 on Nuketown. This one I could have made it a little bit further if I wanted to, but it's just very time consuming. I think it took me around, I'd say, 6 hours probably to get through this. That's like a full day at work. It took me like 6 hours, and I just played it straight through. Nuketown, I took breaks every once in a while, but Nuketown's not as bad. This one, if you run out of ammo, or especially if you get downed, you're pretty much screwed. That's why I really don't use quick revive on this map, because if you get downed, then, I mean, you could potentially get yourself back up, but it's going to be hard, because if you're not already in town, running through the fog with the denizens on your head, it's going to be really hard to get back to town, especially if you're at a higher level. Just because there's so many zombies around, there's so many denizens jumping on your head, making you slower. And that kind of, I mean, it makes it a lot harder. So that's typically why I don't use quick revive. On this map specifically, I did use it on Nuketown because I kept getting my ass kicked in Nuketown. As you'll see me get my ass kicked. But anyways, let's talk a little bit more on Transit. There are several different running spots that I would suggest on Transit. The biggest one that I would suggest is this one, obviously, because, you know, this is where I'm running. This is what worked for me. If you guys want to run this, I've seen other people run this. I don't typically watch that many zombies videos. I've watched a few, and this is what I've seen most people run. They run this and then they use the jet gun, but I really don't like the jet gun. You could run town. There's so much fire that zombies are going to explode on you, and it makes it a lot more difficult because they're kind of exploding on you. They can disorient you pretty easily. So I really wouldn't recommend town unless you really like town. Bus depot. I do like Bus Depot, but there is not very much over there. So unless the box is there, you're kind of at a disadvantage. Another thing I really don't like about this is the pack-a-punch is really hard to get to if you don't already have it open. Especially in single player, because you can't, like, if you have one zombie left, you have to make sure you put the thing, I don't know. Anyways, that's another tangent directly. You can run a diner. I sometimes like to run a diner, but it's kind of hard to explain. There's like a spot right between the other side of the gas pumps. There's the diner, and then there's the gas pumps, and then there's kind of like a door you can open with the generator. You can run around there if you're careful. I don't know how long you can make it there. I've ran there before, and it's gone pretty well, but this is probably the best spot. And then there's a tunnel between depot and diner that people like to run. It's a good tunnel area because you can get a pack-a-punch M16. I think that's what it is. It's like the 3-shot burst one. It's an automatic after you get a pack-a-punch, but you can get a automatic 316, and then you can 316. What the fuck? M16. And you'll see me using monkeys with my zombies right here, just to kind of get them out of the way with the insta-kill. And that's typically what I do with insta-kills. But I really forget what I was talking about. Oh, the M16. The M16's on the wall there, so you can always pick it up and get more ammo. And that is what I would suggest doing. I think I'm almost out of zombies right here. I'm pretty pumped about it. And that's kind of why I'm walking around seeing if I have any more zombies. Go ahead and bust that guy in the face right there. And here comes the bus one more time. I think I'm going to take this guy out, and that is the last one. You can see he even takes three bullets to the face, which is pretty nuts. But I'm kind of just going to sacrifice myself here at the end because I only wanted to get to 50. Not trying to get any higher than that because it just takes too long. It takes, I'd say, around, I think this video is like 15 minutes or something like that. It takes around 15 minutes to get through a round at this point, which it may not sound that bad. You may be thinking, ah, that's not that bad, but like, say you're going in increments of 5. Once you get to 45, that's an hour and 15 minutes that you just spent through 5 levels. It may not be that bad. It may be like 10, just depending on. I got kind of lucky in this one because I got the nuke that you saw me get earlier, and I'm kind of just running on here to sacrifice myself. You may think I'm actually trying, but I'm really not. I'm kind of just sacrificing myself right here. I was gonna let myself die right there, but I wanted to run around a little bit more. And you'll see I'm playing as Russman. I like Russman. He's not my favorite. My favorite is probably Marlton, and then I like Misty. I like Missy or Misty because they have the gloves, and I like the texture of the gloves. But anyways, guys, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You'll see me I'll check the leaderboards here in a minute. I'm not doing this live commentary, by the way. What I was thinking about doing, if you guys enjoyed this, is maybe going, like I said, I'm going to go through all the zombies maps in order. So it's going to go this one, then Nuketown, then Die Rise, I think was the next one to come out. Then I think it was Mob of the Dead, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Mob of the Dead, then Buried, and then Origins. I may do Origins, and you can see me kind of checking my stats right there just to see what position I was in. Not fantastic, and it's much better in Nuketown. It's like 700 and something, but in this one, not fantastic exactly, but you know, I am playing on PlayStation 3, by the way, and the top percentage is just glitched, which is kind of bullshit. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did. And what I was saying about Origins, if you guys enjoy this series and want to see me do Origins, I could probably do it on Twitch if you guys wanted me to do that, and kind of do it live if you guys would enjoy that. But just let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. And yeah, if you guys want to see my Nuketown video, I plan on posting it here in a few days. I gotta still commentate over it and everything like that, and it is a little bit, it's more adrenaline pumping, I guess. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, then please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want some more. I also have some more coming soon videos if you guys have watched those. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in my next video.